back to the last episode of Powered by Choices. I'm Amy Blackburn and I'm filling in for Josh Sinclair. Throughout the series, we've talked about how to take care of your body in season, but we haven't really talked about how to take care of your body in the off season. I'm joined by former swimmer Alex Colchin and now assistant head coach for the swim team. Alex, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So obviously as alumni, you know how important the off season can be. So can you kind of give us some insight into why it's important for student athletes to really figure out what they're going to do in the off season?
Yeah, I think a lot of student athletes forget how important this phase of their training is. It's an important time to physically heal up from some of your wounds during the season, but it's also an important time to take a mental step back. Your mental well-being is just as important as your physical well-being to avoid burnout. That being said, the off-season is a great time to look at your cardio to make sure you're in great physical shape and to improve on some of the things you're doing that are causing you both chronic and acute injuries.
Okay, so you mentioned how it's really important to figure out what training works for you. Can you give us some examples of what training techniques people should look into using for the off-season?
Yeah, absolutely. It depends on your sport. The off-season is a great time to work on some of the sport-specific skills, the stuff you need to do to take your game to the next level, but it's also a really important time to keep your cardio high. You can improve your cardio by coming in even 2 to 3 days a week for 20 to 40 minutes at 60 to 70% of your maximal heart rate, doing things like running, biking, even coming into the pool and swimming. Doing those things are going to keep your cardio level high and keep you going into the next season.
Okay, so you just mentioned cardio. Are there any other training techniques that are important besides that?
Yeah, absolutely. We need to look at resistance training too. Depending on the plan you have with your head coach, you might be looking into a light intensity resistance training or maybe a heavy intensity resistance training, but it's important to know that it doesn't just involve weights. With our athletes, we do a lot of stability ball and band work. The stability ball work is great for cores, chest, shoulders, hips, and the band work is great for focusing on some of the stabilizer muscles that we use all the time in our sports but don't necessarily get a ton of time to work on.
Oh, okay, well Alex, thank you so much for joining us. Like you was saying, it's really important to figure out what will be the most beneficial for you during your off season. I'm Amy Blackburn and thank you so much for watching the first series of Powered by Choices.